Please mute yourself. Okay. So today we will be learning how to create educational games through AI. Please mute. Okay. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay. So today we'll be learning how to create educational games through AI. So we will be having a short, quick presentation. After the presentation, we'll be doing on hands-on. Right? Okay. So first, let me ask you, what are digital games? Can you put it in the chat box? What do you think? Okay. So the games that we are playing digitally is called as. So digital games are the interactive games that are played on electronic devices such as computers, tabs, and smartphones, games. So these are called digital games. So digital games that are played with the electronic gadgets, that is called digital games. So let's see the evolution of digital games. The digital games started during the year 1950s itself. It started. And here you could see from the year 1958, tennis game that can be played on PC that was started. And then 1972 Pong game. And then 1985 Super Mario game. And then educational CD-ROMs games. That is like where you can put the CD in your personal system and you can play the games. And then later on, during 2000s, you could online games were started. And later on, once the we are all familiar, once we all became familiar with mobile learning apps was was developed, and then later on 2020. So AI-powered educational games, augmented reality and virtual reality games, and then personalized training, immersive games, those things are started. So what are educational games? Can you put it in the chat box, or else you can unmute and tell that, uh, can you tell some of the educational games?
Hello, sir.
Hmm.
I think digital education games are the games that are relevant to educational settings, which intend to add knowledge to the students.
Yeah, certainly, certainly. These games that are related to education called as educational games. Generally, the normal digital games played for entertainment purpose, whereas the educational digital games are for educational purpose. That means it should have some objective. So, educational games are games that are explicitly designed with educational purpose in mind and post educational value. The meaning, what I'm trying to tell is that so it will have some objective or certain goals. So based on that, the digital games are started. Can you tell some digital games, types of digital games. Okay, anyhow, let me continue with that. So there are many types of games, whereas here I am mentioning 10 types of educational games: quiz games, puzzle games, simulations, adventure games, strategy games, memory games, word games, role-playing games, serious games, and augmented and virtual reality games. Okay. Whether my language is understandable or shall I reduce my tempo of speech? Okay. And then the first type is quiz game. Example, we can tell Google Forms or else some of the quizzes that you could see online test, they are called quiz games. And then puzzle games, here you could see arranging the pieces of patterns. And then simulation games, like building, like gardening, where it will grow, and then they will build, they will construct, and then they will sell, like that games. And then adventure, example Mario game, they will get complete the missions, they will collect the points. And then strategical games, plan and making decision, chess game. And then serious games, focusing on learning specific skills. And then augmented and virtual reality, where you can wear the VR box and you can see the content in the digital format. And then memory game, flipping card. And then word games, rearranging the words. And then role playing games, the uh, where the player will be the hero and he will be solving the quiz, and then he will be achieving the goals, and then he will go along with the story. The player will become the hero. So these are all some of the times why we need educational games. Why do we need educational games? Can anyone tell me? Why do we need educational games?
Yeah, we need education games because they add some sort of easiness in learning. They bring something to be enjoyable, something like that.
Yeah, it makes the children to enjoy, and then it will motivate the children, and then it increases their engagement, and then better retention and safe experimentations. Because when they are doing science experiments, uh, they they can do virtually, and then immediate feedback they can get. Whereas physically, if we conduct test and then we will correct the papers, and then we will tell the mark later. Whereas in the games itself, they will get the immediate feedback, and then they can do the learning collaborative group games they can do, and then personalized learning, that is called adaptive learning. That is different, but personalized learning, it will they will learn according to their level. The game level will move according to the level of the student. Those that is called the personalized learning. Okay, so these are all the benefits. Generally, before creating a game, so these are all some of the games steps. Actually, the process. Identify the learning objective. First, it should have a learning objective. And then next, we have to plan who is our target audience. And then you have to select what type of game. And if it is an adventure stories, you have to create a story design and then develop the game. And then you have to make a prototype to how the game will be, the workflow of the game. And then you have to test it and then improve it, and then you have to publish. So these are all the process that are involved. My question, so generally in the game, it should have the basic user interface, that is called, here you could see the option. Here it should have a home screen, It should have a scoreboard and then timer. It should have a pause button and then progressing bar. More important, it should have a start button and then it should have a menu, settings, instructions, and exit. So these are all the UI. UI means the user interface, meaning is that when the player is seeing, so these are all the main elements that should be in the game. So this is all about. Today we are going to create an HTML game. Okay. So here, what are all the basic requirements to develop a game? First, we need hardware, meaning is that we should have a desktop or laptop, and it should have more than 8 GB RAM, and then internet connection, and then programming knowledge you have to learn, and then you should know the use the code editor, and then game development platform, and then design, audio and animation, test platforms, and then publishing. So these are all the requirements to develop a game. Okay. Here you could see we are going to develop AI-powered game. No coding knowledge is required, no programming software, and then no technical. Only we are going to use is Notepad, and then just you can simply describe your game, and then it will create the games in minutes, and then we can edit, and then we can fix the error if it has uh, errors or bugs in our game. Okay. Today we are going to create the game called HTML games. Why we are going to create HTML game is that it doesn't need any software or installation. It works offline. It can be shared through WhatsApp, and then it opens in Chrome or any browser, and you can use it on smart boards, and you can again modify it to ChatGPT, and everything will be in this single file. If you click on the file, it will open and you can plug and play like that. So that's why we are planning to create HTML games. Okay, let's skip this one. Okay. Now, this is the process that we are going to do. First, we are going to have an idea, and then we are giving a prompt, and then we will get the code, and then we will save it that in the HTML format. In the notepad, we will save it as an HTML format, and we will open the browser and we will play. Only these 6 steps that we are going to do. So first, I'm giving my idea. Uh, we are giving the prompt, and then what we will do, we will generate through AI, and then we will convert the code. We will save the code in the notepad as HTML format, and then if you click on the game, and we can play through the browser. Okay, and now I am moving on to ChatGPT. Okay, here I'm going to develop a game through ChatGPT. I'm giving ChatGPT, typing ChatGPT. So this is the thing. Now I'm opening ChatGPT. I'm going for a new chat. Okay, so this is my. Hope you all have worked on a ChatGPT, no? All are aware about ChatGPT, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes,
Others
yes.
can also, Madam Annie, and then another one more guest. Are you all aware about the ChatGPT?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I'm going to create a game. First, I'm going to create a prompt that create an HTML quiz game for grade 1 children. Okay, just I'm giving a simple prompt. Create an HTML quiz game for grade 1 children. After that, I'm clicking on this up arrow. Okay. Now it is analyzing. Okay. Now it has created the game. Here you could see the option. First one is the code and second one is the preview and this one is the full screen. If I click on the code, I could see the code. This is the code for that game. Now what you have to do is here you have to copy it. See here, if I click on preview, it will not show the code. If I click on this code, it will show this icon and after that I have to click on the copy option. Here you could see two square boxes. I'm clicking on, it will show tick mark. Meaning is that I have copied the entire code, right? And after that, what I'm going to do is I'm opening. Before that, there is one setting. Go to my computer, this PC, and then here you have to do one option called, here you could see the menu bar, file, computer, and view. I click on the view option, and then here you could see the option called file name extension. You have to tick mark that one. If I'm going there, clicking on view, and then I'm tick marking the file extension. See, file name extension, I have tick marked. Now you can close it. Now I'm going to Notepad. Okay. And then I'm opening the Notepad. I'm right clicking on it and then I'm clicking on paste. So these are the codes created by ChatGPT, HTML codes. And after that, I'm clicking on file and then I click on save as. And then I'm typing game 1. Okay. Dot HTML. Now I'm closing it. Now I have saved in my desktop. So this is the file. Let me delete the reminders. Okay. So this is the game I have created. If I open it, now it has created. Now I'm mentioning, giving my name, and then I'm starting the quiz. Now it has generated a quiz. It is showing the player name, score. 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. I'm clicking on next. I'm giving the wrong answer. Now I'm answering. Now it has given my mark. Let me repeat the step. First, I click on new chat. And now I'm giving create a memory game. Sorry, create an HTML memory game. with images. Okay, now I have given the prompt, create an HTML memory game, and then I am giving the prompt. Now it is typing the code. Okay, now it has completed the game. Now I'm scrolling up. Here, if I click on this preview, I can see the game. And then if I want to copy the code, I have to click on this code button and then click on the two boxes. Okay, now I'm copying the code. Next step, what I have to do, I'm going for the notepad. I'm clicking on notepad, typing notepad, opening the notepad, and then I'm pasting it. Okay, now my HTML file is ready. Now I click on the file. I'm going for save as option. Now I'm giving the game as game2.html. Okay, .html. And then if I click on save, and then I close here. Now I'm going to my desktop. Where is the game2? Game2. Okay, so this is the game2. Okay, this is the first game we have created, and this is the second game. I click on the second game. Now I got the game here. See here, it is having a game. I can flip the card. Here, no? Now I have finished the game. It's very simple that you can create a game in this way. Till now, is it clear?
Sorry, sir.
You have already attended, sir. I'm asking about others.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Am I going a little fast? Others? I think others are very quiet. Okay. So this is the game that we have created. Now, what I need is that I want to add level. Actually, here it is having a new game option so that it will generate a new game. But what I need here is I want to generate levels. I need a level in this game. It is not having a level. In the first level, it should have 4 cards. And then in the second level, it should have 6 cards. Likewise, I need. So to modify that, again, I'm going for here, and then I'm adding the prompt here, continuing the prompt, add 10 levels, sorry, 5 levels. Let me put it to 5 levels. Each level, level 1, 4 cards, level 2, 6 cards, increase, increase, like that. Now what I'm giving, add 5 levels, level 1, 4 cards, level 2, 6 cards, increase like that. I'm adding the prompt here. Again, it is writing the complete code. Now it has completed the entire code. What I have to do, I can preview. See, now it is having the level. This time again, I'm going to the code. I'm copying the code and then I'm going here and I type notepad. I'm opening the notepad and then I'm pasting it. The next step is I have to save. I click on file. I'm clicking on save as. And then I'm giving game3.html. And then I'm saving it on my desktop. Now I'm moving on to my desktop. And then where is the game 3? Here it is. Now I'm opening it. It is working. See, level 1, it is having 2 cards. It's moving for the second level. Now it is increased to next level. Now it is moving on to the next level. See, likewise, you can increase the levels. Okay. Is it clear now? Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible. It is
Okay.
clear.
It's clear. Okay. Now, this is the method of creating games. Okay. Now, I want to create a game. At the end, the user has to get a certificate. Okay. Now, I'm planning to create a game so that my student can get certificate after completing the game. To do that, now what I'm giving, I'm going for a new chat. I'm giving create an HTML game, quiz game. It should, the player should get certificate at the end of the game. Here I have to add one thing because we should ask the name of the player. Then only we can give certificate. As the name of the player before starting the quiz game. Ask 5 questions only, 5 questions. Okay, so this is the prompt that I'm giving. Now I'm generating. Now the game is ready. If you click here, it will download. It will show the preview. I'm closing it. And then here it is showing in the HTML format itself. You can download. If I click on download, it downloads in the HTML format itself. Okay. Here I'm opening it. It is asking my name. I'm giving my name. Okay. I'm giving start quiz. See, now I have got the certificate. Now, if I want to download, I can click on print. I can save it as PDF format. If I click here, now I got it. Just I'm typing FFF. Now it's in my downloads. See, this is the certificate. You can share the HTML file through WhatsApp also. Is it clear now? This one is clear.
Yeah, it is clear. Maybe let us hear from others.
Sorry, sir.
Saying that for me it is clear. Let us see from other participants.
Okay. Other participants, is it clear to? If you have any doubts, you can ask me so that I can include. I can clear that.
For me, I think it's clear, but I need some practice.
For you?
For me, it's clear, but I need some
Clear.
practice.
You need some
Practice.
practice. Yeah, okay. You need some practice. Yeah. It's very simple. It's all based on how we are giving the prompt. So this is one way of creating a quiz. So now you'll be having a doubt. Uh, Only it auto generates a question, right? Suppose I'm having 10 questions. I want to add the 10 questions that should come in the quiz. To do that, first let me generate 10 quizzes. So this is the quiz. You can copy it. Again, I'm going for this is the 10 quiz. I'm copying it. Now I'm pasting. Sorry, I have to copy this one. See, now I have copied the 10 quizzes. Now I'm giving a prompt, create an HTML quiz for these 10 questions. Give certificate if player scores more than 60 percentage. Ask player name at the start of the quiz. Okay. Now I'm giving this. Now it is analyzing. See, the first question is which part of the is used to type letters, and second quiz is computer part. You could see the same questions reflected in the HTML game. Now it is analyzing. Now it has generated the quiz, and then I'm scrolling down. Okay, so this is the quiz. First thing, you have to click on the code, copy the link, copy the code, go to Notepad, and then paste it. Now go to, click on File, click Save As, and then give the game4.html. Now I click on Save option. Now I'm closing it. Go to the desktop, and this is the game. And then I'm going for the game 4 now. Now I'm giving my name. I'm starting the quiz. Now I'm giving the answer. See, now you need 60% to receive a certificate. See, I got only 2 marks, so I couldn't get. Now again, I'm playing the game, and then I'm giving correct answer. Which device is used? Mouse, CPU, printer, speaker. Now I have got 8 around. Okay. Now I got 8 marks, that is 80%. Now I got the certificate. Again, I can click on print and I can save it in the PDF format. Now I will give you some time. Can you do hands-on, and then you can come back after 10 minutes? I will be in the online itself. Can you do work on and share it through in the WhatsApp group? So
Thank
that
you,
you will
sir.
have be doing some hands-on. Now it's here it's 2:40. I don't know what's the time there. I will give you 10 minutes. You can do some hands-on and you can share it in the group. Or shall I proceed, sir? Uh, Philemon, sir?